The Duffer Brothers are cooking something up right now. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another Stranger Things update video. So today, the Stranger Things broadcast channel on Instagram gave us some photo updates of things we can expect to see in Season 5, and it looks like some icons might be making a return, both locations and characters/creatures. But before I break all this down, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. Comment your thoughts on these photos down below, as well as your predictions for Season 5, and if you guys want to watch Stranger Things with me, you can actually do so on my Patreon. Link down below. Right now you can watch all of the first 3 seasons of Stranger Things with me. The first episodes of every season are free to give you a glimpse at what these commentary tracks are like, but we're working our way through Season 4 right now, and I'd love to have you guys come join along with me. Your support over on Patreon means the absolute world and allows me to continue making these videos, so consider becoming a film-stocked patron today. And as always, go check out the Unusual Couple podcast. A new episode dropped this week where we made movie brackets for each other. Very tough decisions were made, that's all I'll say. Alright, so as I mentioned up front, the Stranger Things broadcast channel on Instagram sent out some messages today teasing things we could see in Season 5, and I'm just going to go picture by picture and talk about some things that have been revealed. So this first picture is a sign on set. At the top it says VFX department, and then in all caps it says stop, scanning in progress, thank you, and at the bottom we have a picture of a Demogorgon. For starters, this could mean they're doing VFX work while they're actually filming, which would allow for things to get done faster in post-production. As we all know, Netflix is trying to prioritize Stranger Things Season 5 to get it out as fast as possible, so this makes sense. I don't want them to rush it, obviously, but work ahead as you go. I'm all here for that. But on the other hand, and the biggest takeaway here, is that we're getting more Demogorgon action likely in this final season. We saw the Demogorgon in Season 1. In Season 3, we saw it at the very end at the post-credit scene. Then, of course, in Season 4, Hopper fights a Demogorgon in Russia. Well, with this being the final season of Stranger Things, it would only be fitting to bring the iconic creature back for one last ride, and who knows how many we can end up seeing in this final season, but for sure, we will see at least one Demogorgon, as it seems like they're doing VFX work on one right now as they're filming through this final season. And this second picture is just further proof of that. We see this Demogorgon head on a stick, and this is likely a prop that the crew used and maybe walked around with while they were filming a scene, just to give the other actors a point of reference for when they're filming, so they can look at the head of this Demogorgon, and then when they do all the VFX work and we see the final product, it looks like our characters are actually looking at a real Demogorgon, as opposed to just a head on a stick. And when it comes to creatures from the Upside Down, the Demogorgon has always been my personal favorite. It's the classic pick, yeah, because you've got Demodogs and Demobats, but the Demogorgon reigns supreme, even over the Mind Flayer in my mind. I've always been a fan of the classics, and the Demogorgon is the go-to Stranger Things creature in my mind. And moving on to this next photo, as you guys can see here, we see one of the Duffer Brothers looking at some monitors, obviously probably taking a look at what they're shooting or what they've just shot. And the first question I have is, where are they? If you look at the wallpaper in the background with like the wood on the walls, it almost perfectly lines up with the inside of the Wheeler household as seen in this photo. The pattern of the wallpaper is identical, and even the wood lining on the wall in the background matches with it. In fact, I'm 99.9% sure that's where they are, but there's always the off chance of somewhere else, so let's have some fun with this. We know they've been filming at this new mansion in Georgia, and so this could be the interior shots of that house. But regardless, they're in someone's house, and if you zoom in on this bottom left monitor, it looks like you can see the head of a Demogorgon almost walking down a hallway, and a character's hand just out of frame. Perhaps all the creatures from the Upside Down are out and about at some point in this season. As we do know, Hawkins and the Upside Down seemingly merged at the end of Season 4. Again, it's really hard to fully make out anything from that bottom picture, but I feel like in the bottom left we can see that Demogorgon head on a stick. Or maybe I'm just crazy. But regardless, we know for sure the Demogorgon is coming back. They're doing VFX scanning while filming, and we see that Demogorgon head on a stick. But this isn't the only iconic thing from Stranger Things coming back in the final season, as a video was released by the Stranger Things broadcast channel showing us the good old Rainbow Room. In this video, you guys can see we're inside the Rainbow Room and the lights are flickering like crazy, and when I saw this, my mind immediately went to more Rainbow Room flashbacks, particularly Season 4, because the opening of Season 4 takes place in September of 1979, and obviously throughout the season, we see Eleven recounting these memories from her time in the Rainbow Room with 01, obviously building up to the big reveal that 01 is Vecna, and Eleven ultimately sends him to the Upside Down. But all that took place in 1979, so there's one route they could go where we revisit these flashbacks, and a new piece of information is revealed from these scenes, recontextualizing what we thought we knew about Vecna, 11, and potentially even Will Byers could play a role in these flashbacks. In a recent Raw Stuffer photo dump, one of the photos was a picture of the Rainbow Room set seemingly from the massacre at Hawkins Lab. As you can see, blood on the ground and the whole room looks disheveled, and on the top of this photo, blood references is written out. So when I first saw that picture, I was like, oh, we might be revisiting the Rainbow Room and revisiting some scenes or time periods from seasons past because they want to match the blood for continuity's sake from season 4 flashbacks to flashbacks in season 5 maybe. But another route they could go is maybe even taking us further back in the Rainbow Room to when it was just 01 hanging around. Or maybe even flashbacks to before September of 1979 in the Rainbow Room with, say, Callie. But whatever they end up doing, the Rainbow Room is coming back in this final season, which again seems fitting for the final season of Stranger Things. It is an iconic location at this point. And it's in Hawkins Lab, as we all know, which again feels like it has to be revisited in this final season. We're pretty confident they're going to go back to this season, as we've already seen pictures from the lab showing the overgrown tendrils or vines from the Upside Down. So that's everything we got from the Stranger Things broadcast channel. We pretty much have confirmation that the Demogorgon is returning, maybe multiple Demogorgons, and that we're going back to the Rainbow Room. So a lot of season 1 icons are making a return, and I'm sure the Duffers have a lot more in store for us that they'll continue to tease as we get behind the scenes photos. And speaking of BTS photos, stay tuned for tomorrow, as we will likely get a Raw Stuffer photo dump updating us over the past few weeks of production. It's not set in stone by any means, but since tomorrow's Friday, there's a pretty good shot, because it seems like every other Friday he gives us an update on Instagram. We're due. But that does it for this Stranger Things update video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to help me reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. And if you guys want to watch Stranger Things with me, you can actually do so on my Patreon. My commentary tracks for the first 3 seasons are out right now, and the first episode from every season is free to watch to give you guys a glimpse of what these are like. But consider joining the Filmstock Patreon community today. Your support over there truly does mean the world. But that'll do it. Thank you guys as always for watching. Until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.